Let me introduce you to the very first air rifle from ATA Arms. This is the ATA or ATA Airborne pre-charged pneumatic air rifle, and I've got to say I'm pretty impressed with it. It really is quite a good rifle. Now let me just throw out some specs before we sort of really dig deep and take a closer look at this thing. So obviously it's a pre-charged pneumatic air rifle. This one is in 2.2, 177 and 2.5 will be available. Barrel lengths are 48 centimeters or 18.8 inches or 55 centimeters, that is 21.6 inches. Magazine shot capacity is 12. I think that is in both calibers, but it's certainly in the 2.2 anyway. Turkish walnut stock. Weighing in, yeah, it's a little heavy, I ain't gonna lie. 4.2 kilos, 9.2 pounds. That says without regulator. I believe this one is regulated. So a little heavier at 9.6 pounds or 4.3 kilograms. It's got a Picatinny rail, adjustable two-stage trigger, safety, which is probably one of my little gripes, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Massive air tube, 545 cc air tube, fill pressure is 220 bar. Number of shots, this is a sub 12. They do a 31 foot-pound version. I'm not sure if that one's entered the UK yet, but this is the sub 12. Shot count in 2.2, millions, I think, with that massive bottle. Honestly, I've not run it out, and I've done all my testing and I've still got loads of air left in it. And I've just had sort of like a massive plinking session. Still got loads of air in it. I just have not run this thing out. So I have not got a shot count on it in this 12 foot-pound version. Overall length with the moderator, which you basically get with the gun, is 1,130 millimeters or 44.4 inches. That is pretty much your specs. So what do you think, guys? It's different, isn't it? Do you think it's different? It probably looks a little bit different because I'm running an immersive optics on there. That is a Prism Scope, by the way. So it's pretty much like a normal scope, but it's really compact down. There's no zoom on it. It's at a set zoom, but you get a big field of view. Something a little different. I'm running them on a few guns at the minute. That'll be a separate video, but that's quite an interesting scope if you want to shave a bit of weight off whatever it is you're running gun wise. So the ATA, excuse me, the ATA Airborne. Right, and let's have a closer look at this thing then. So let's take it from the stock end then. So that is a medium softness or hardness, sort of a medium rubber. Not bad, feels all right. The stock on this is ambidextrous, and it is really, really nice, this Turkish walnut is. Now, if you look at, for example, the Krell, you know, other Turkish guns, like the Krells, for example, I always find the woodwork on the Krells, it just seems unfinished. It's like it needs, a coating or something, or a bit more of a sand down. On the ATA, really nice. It's really finished off well. Nice grain in this particular rifle. Really, really, really nice. The pistol grip, and on the forend, you have this textured finish with ATA's logo, which is really quite cool. I think they do that with a laser, I think. I'm not quite sure. On the forend there as well. And there's ATA's logo there. And you have that pattern, obviously, on the other side. Those two panels. I think that is really, really nice. But the actual cheek piece on the stock is really nice. Like I said, ambidextrous. You've got this big sort of hook there. So it's almost, although it's not a thumbhole, it almost gives you that feel that it is, if that makes sense, because it almost loops round. So it's really quite a nice I don't know, me being a lefty, I had no problems with this. You know, the reach to the trigger, the grip, everything is really, really comfortable. I do like the way the fore end is nice and flat on the bottom of it. So I think this would be an ideal target gun, if I'm honest. Bit weighty for a hunter, unless you were set up static and you're not lugging this thing around, then yeah, probably an excellent hunter, but I don't think you'd want to be lugging this thing about, if I'm perfectly honest. Now, it does look a little bit like an HW100, doesn't it, with this cocking lever here. Quite similar, you know, so's the block, it all looks fairly similar. But the magazines are where this thing differs from something like a HW100. So you've got cassette style magazines, which pretty easy to load, if I'm honest. Literally just crank them around like that. Put your first pellet in, upside down, or sort of skirt first, finger over it, and then literally just load them all up until it closes up, and then it's under spring tension. I had no problems with the magazines. The only thing I did find was, I found they were a little bit, let me just cock this. I found them a little bit tight just getting into the gun. I think it was just the newness of it, but after a bit it freed up. So, you know, that's quite good. And they're held in with a magnet as well. So you literally just let go and they drop in and they're held in like that. No problems with the mags whatsoever. You do get two with the rifle, which is really nice. While I've got it open like that, I'll show you the cocking lever here. So nice chunky cocking lever, and everything feels good. Linkages nice and solid. Nothing really sort of, you know, crappy in any way. It feels good. The rifle feels good. The quality of it feels good. No problems whatsoever. Right, that'll bring us nicely on to accuracy. So this is the accuracy I got out of this particular rifle using good old trusty H&M pellets, and I've been trying some of the new Barracuda 15s as well. Which are those ones? Let me just show you these. So I've been using these in testing as well. So really loving the H&M pellets. Really good pellets. And what else was I using? And I was using some Field Target Trophy as well, just in case you want to look at that as well. You're like, Rack, they all look the same. Yeah, they do a little bit, don't they, pellets? So first of all, what were we using? We used the Barracuda 15s. Okay, this was at 30 yards. And this was the groups I was getting. These are 5-shot groups at 30 yards. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, let's bear in mind that this particular rifle is around the £400 mark. In fact, I think it's sub £400. Then I used the Field Target Trophy. Okay, used them. 5-shot groups again. And I think these were a little bit tighter. So, accuracy is really good. For a gun that is sub £400, I'll just leave it there, shall I? You know, that is something that really impresses me. It hasn't got to be a mega expensive gun to have real good accuracy. So pretty damn pleased I am, to be fair, using this rifle. Now, moving on to the actual action itself, it is all aluminium. You've got Picatinny rail there, which is nice. Metal Picatinny rail, free floating barrel, so non-shrouded or anything. You do get a silencer with it, which keeps things pretty quiet. There is your manometer there, and that gauge hardly moves, I tell you, with that massive air capacity. It is just insane. Insane. So, but a nice touch having a can on the end of this thing as well. I really do think that is nice. There is a stud there, a threaded area if you want to put a bipod on this thing. I think you would, to be fair, because it is a bit of a weighty one. And then here is the dust cover for filling this thing up, juicing it up. It's located under the fore end. So you've got a protective dust cover there, which is a nice touch. One that's threaded as well, one that you're not going to lose. They could have done a magnetic one there, I suppose, just to make life a little easier, I guess. Now, my only gripe with this particular gun, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of them, is safety catches on triggers. Now, not like your usual Glock safety, but that instead. So instead of a blade like you get on a Glock or a Savage, it's this cross bolt on top of the trigger, or at the top of the trigger. I'm not stoked with that, if I'm perfectly honest, but it is what it is. I prefer either, you know, a cross bolt safety. There's plenty of room for one here, or a tang safety. Tang safeties are my absolute favourite, but it is what it is. What you will notice as well on this rifle, you do get a massive trigger guard area, if that's a phrase. Lots of room within the trigger guard, you know, so if you're wearing gloves or anything, not too bad. Trigger blade is fairly comfortable. We'll give it a pull, see what it's doing. Now that because it is cocked, I found the trigger was all right, to be fair. So let's just give it a pull, see what it's doing. Did I put that safety on? No, I didn't. 2 pounds, 8.5 ounces on the trigger. So that's not a bad trigger. I need to actually remind myself of this trigger. Yeah, it's a nice trigger. Really nice trigger. Really nice trigger. So yeah, very impressed with the ATA Airborne. I didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. Accuracy was good, reliability was good, no problems with it. No, to be fair, I would have liked to have really sort of stretched this out a little bit further yardage wise, but at the time I was just sort of testing this thing in the back garden here at Rack HQ. Interested in using the Prism Scope on it. That's pretty quite an interesting scope. Just in case you're wondering, you can use these scopes just with 2 of the bolts bolted onto the rail. It doesn't have to be the 3, just in case people are wondering why I've got a bolt here that's not actually doing anything. You can actually use these just bolted with 2 bolts on. So, but no, with that scope, got a real decent accuracy. Yeah, I'm impressed. Just that safety catch on the trigger, a little bit dodgy. Now, what I will say is this rifle is really presented quite well. The box is a decent cardboard box. Can't get it all on screen because I just ain't got enough room. But it's really presented well. We like the foam insert there, really nice. And what I think is a nice touch as well, although they don't give like what pellets they used or the range, but they do throw in a target where they have actually tested it, gave it a bit of group therapy, which I think is a nice touch, if I'm perfectly honest. So it'd be nice to see that on more air guns, firearms, for example, as well. You know, that'd go down well. The manual on the ATA is excellent. It really is excellent. It is really clear, got all your usual do's and don'ts. The photographs, they're not drawings, the photographs are excellent. Absolutely excellent. Just sort of flick through this, how to load the magazine. Look at the details in this. Really is good. I'm going to give, it's done it, look. Exploded diagrams. It's done it. I am going to give this manual, is it going to get the 10? Is it going to get the 10 out of 10? Do you know what? I am going to give this manual 10 out of 10. That is how you do a manual. Okay? Exploded diagrams, clear photographs, well laid out. Top job, ATA on the manual. Really, really good job on that. But no, guys, the ATA Airborne, I am liking it. It's their first air rifle, you know, and I really do think they've nailed it. They really have. All right, the safety, I can get over that, but I'll be really, really interested to see what these guys bring out next, because this thing, it's accurate. It's a little heavy, yeah, but you know, it is what it is. I think a carbine version of this would be really, really quite good. Carbon fibre bottle maybe, just to, you know, just to keep the weight down a little bit. But yeah, not bad at all. A nice option if you are in the market for a PCP and funds are limited. You're going to get a decent gun here for, you know, around the £400 mark here in the UK. Anyway, guys, I am going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. That is Rack and Load. See ya.